Hi, everyone. Sorry I'm a couple minutes late. My daughter is still awake, so should be interesting. Hopefully, she cooperates during the live. If you hear little people in the background, that is why. There's no monsters, baby. It's bedtime. You got to go night night. So tonight I wanted to come live and talk to you guys a little bit about this whole child welfare services. Whenever the news media has contacted them, they have consistently pretty much said no comment, or, we followed proper procedures throughout the case, was kind of their last comment. And now we have two different social workers, one commenting on YouTube videos and the other commenting in the Facebook groups. And so that doesn't seem like proper procedure to me. So I just wanted to touch base on that a little bit. I am still recovering from being sick, so I'm not going to stay on very long. I just wanted to talk to you guys about everything going on right now. It's craziness. We're trying to organize a rally outside of child welfare services for this week. So hopefully there are some of you who are willing to come. If that's something that you'd be interested in coming to, can you guys put a 1 in the chat? We would love to see people come out to the protest at child welfare services. I really feel like child welfare and HPD really need to have some more protests going on around those areas, because they're just not giving us answers the way that we need them in this case. I feel like it's been silent for too long, and we all want answers for, Ariel, to find out what's going on. There's been a lot of great things that have happened too in this last week that I've been sick. I just want to bring up the fact that, thank God there is now a $10,000 reward for her, or actually it's $11,000. I want to say God bless the individual who donated that money. I would be there if it wasn't so far away. Yeah, me too, Casey. I actually live in the mainland. I am not local. I am becoming really attached and close to this case, though. I'm in contact pretty much constantly throughout the day with a lot of the family members and locals in this area. And it's really sad, the stuff that's going on in this case for them. So I just want to say, thank God to the person who donated the $10,000 reward. If there is anybody who also still wants to donate to that reward, you can donate it directly to Crime Stoppers. You can go through Sergeant Kim, I believe his name was, and basically you just call Crime Stoppers and let them know that you want to donate to the reward for Ariel sellers to be found. Isabella Kalua is what they're going to go by. On her reward flyer, I can post the information in the group if anybody wants it, on how to donate directly to the reward fund. Yes, I agree, Taryn. It's amazing that they did that for them. For her. We need justice, and unfortunately there are people who will not speak up, who will not come out until there is money involved. And it's sad that it's like that, but some people are so financially driven that, that is a thing. We're also up to, I believe, 1,600 signatures almost on the petition. So let me pull that up real quick. I'm going to get you guys an exact number. That petition is going to get printed out and given to CWS officials and the state attorney general. Tomorrow, we are going to be turning in all of these text messages, all of the comments on the Facebook group, all of the comments on the YouTube videos. These people need held accountable for the way that they are so just they're just putting their opinions out in this case, and it's baffling to me, because as a professional, you cannot do that. You cannot do that. We see cases where we never know who the CPS worker is. We never know who's involved in the case behind closed scenes. We never know who the detective is. Now, in this case, we have a police officer's badge being shown. We have child welfare service, the person who literally placed them in the home, commenting on a YouTube video. And now we have the supervisor of the Department of Human Services commenting on Facebook post. And I can actually pull up his LinkedIn for you guys to show you exactly who he is. Let me share my screen real quick. Like I said, I'm still getting over being sick, so I'm not going to be on very long. I do still have I had the whole COVID nasally, all that fun stuff, and then it led to a very severe ear infection. I actually was in the hospital the other day for how bad my ear infection was. So I am still kind of getting through everything. So I'm not going to stay on very long, but I did want to bring you guys this information and make sure that we're still sharing information about Ariel. It's very important to me that her face stays in the forefront of this. We need to make sure that somebody is keeping her face out there. Let me share my screen real quick. And I just want to show you guys his LinkedIn so that you know exactly who I'm talking about. This is Sean Throp. He has been with the Department of Human Services for 9 years and 2 months, according to his LinkedIn. He was a senior probation officer at one point, a behavioral health specialist, a mental health specialist. And let me pull up his actual CWS involvement for what he is. Oops, that goes right back to his LinkedIn. Hold on one second. And then I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the different comments that he made in the Facebook group. Really, it's just baffling to me, like I said, that he put this information out there. He didn't say very many specifics, but in a way he was gaslighting by saying, well, what did the parents do to deserve this child being put in custody in the beginning? And, that's gaslighting. You can't do that. You can't talk about these cases. You can't talk about the things going on. Like, as a professional, he should be nowhere near this. It's one thing to follow along on Facebook or whatever if he wants to do that, but you can't comment on these things. So this is the Department of Human Services. And it just puts out their information about who he is, just showing. Let me look up his specific name. This is all public information, though. All you have to do is Google. And, men stick out at like sore thumbs whenever they comment on things on social media because, frankly, like men just typically aren't following cases as much as women do. So whenever you see them come out and start commenting, it makes you wonder like, oh, well, who's that guy? He's being kind of a pompous a-hole, basically, in the chats there. And whenever I pulled up his name, voila, there he is. He's a family court official. And then we also have Miley, who was commenting on the YouTube video. Let me show you guys these comments real quick. Sorry, I'm a little bit scattered. Definitely on some pain medication because of how bad my ear and stuff is. So I'm a little bit, scattered with my thinking right now. So this is the comment that kicked off Sean's interaction in the Facebook group today. He said, here's a question. What did the parents do or not do that resulted in her being placed in foster care in the first place? So whenever we seen this, we just kind of sat back and watched to see what he was going to say and do because we knew right off the bat who exactly he was. And this comment in itself can be considered gaslighting. If you don't know what gaslighting is, I can look up the definition for you real quick because he may not know apparently. So gaslighting is a form of manipulation that occurs in abusive relationships. It's something that makes someone doubt their sanity or perceptions. Basically, it's raising a question that can make someone doubt their own reality. So by putting his question about what they did in a gaslighting form, as we would call it, he's making you question, well, what did the biological parents do? Frankly, what the biological parents did has no relevance to what happened to Ariel now. That was 4 years ago. So whether they were all messed out and smoking their kneecaps off, as Ghost said, that does not matter because that's not what happened to her. She went into the system. The system is supposed to protect these children. If we can't trust the system put into place to protect these children to do their job, then why do we even have it? She should have never went into a house where the people had a criminal history. They were being exposed to other people with a criminal history on a regular basis. I've posted pictures of the drugs and everything else that surrounds that family. You know, they were not in a safe environment. So why did they get removed from one bad environment and put into another not safe environment? That's my question for you, Sean. So then he called somebody else out in the comments and he said, "You should try to read the laws of our state. CWS assesses all potential relatives who express a desire to be licensed specifically for a child they are related to. No child is taken on a whim. Grandparents have no legal rights whatsoever over their grandchildren. Only the birth or adoptive parents have legal rights. CWS is required by agency policy to make efforts to identify potential relatives for placement. They are not required to place with relatives. The law states that under Act 99, any relatives who come forward within the first 60 days from the date the child is taken into protective custody be assessed for safety of placement. However, CWS is not required to place the child or children with that relative just because they are family. Placement of the child who are in protective custody or foster care is at discretion of CWS in consultation with the court-appointed guardian ad litem. The child's age, level of development, and observable bonding with the caregivers are all taken into account before any." Let me zoom back out so that I can go to the next one. "Before any change of placement." He then goes on to say, "Placement of children who are in protective custody of or foster care is at discretion of CWS in consultation with the court-appointed guardian ad litem. The child's age, level..." Oh, wait, same thing. Okay. So I then commented to him, "Is it common for CWS associates to comment on YouTube videos and Facebook groups about open cases and investigations? Because you are the second CWS worker that we are seeing do that in this case." It blows my mind right there. So they flat out are saying that they didn't have to contact these family members. They did not contact the grandmother on the father's side. They did not contact these aunts that lived off the island. They didn't go do their due diligence, and he's excusing it by saying, "Well, we don't technically have to." I also then commented to him, "Also, maybe you can answer the question as to why they were placed in this home with a violent criminal history and why they are there has no relevance. Everyone knows the parents have drug issues. What does have relevance, though, is that CWS failed to protect these children and placed them in a violent home with drug abusers, criminals, and now she is missing." We have heard nothing from CWS as to why her placement happened the way that it did. We have gotten no information from them, and now we have these people coming out commenting on the Facebook group as if to say, "Well, we did nothing wrong, except for it's your job to watch them." Sorry, let me look at the chat real quick. I haven't been looking at it. Check to see when these profiles were created. So Antoinette, I looked back at Sean's page and I can actually take you to it right now. This is in fact his page. It goes way back. So let me pull it up real quick for you. Let me just go back to his comments and I will click on his name, view main profile, and you can look. This is his page. It goes all the way back, months and months and months and months and months of posts. These are not new profiles. This is in fact him. And actually, one of the comments that he inevitably makes to me is, "Well, prove that I said anything wrong," basically, once I started calling him out for being an employee of the state. This is him. And, government organizations and these different things have very strict social media policies. You know, even if you work at a retail organization, they have strict social media policies. So I can't imagine that they're going to be very thrilled with the fact that he is representing them in this manner. He also calls the same person out, said about the kickbacks that CWS gets because of placement without placing the children with relatives. So this is what I was talking about the other day. They get a kickback if they place them with a non-biological relative because of the fact they are placing them into a foster care system. So had they placed these children with their grandmother or a different relative, CWS would not be getting the money that he is talking about here. And I will zoom in on that. I'm going to post all of these in the group so that you guys can read through them. I'm not going to read through all of them because he is a very winded man. Like, he just types and types and types. How about the Natasha Welch comments? Which ones, Tammy? Because she's been spiraling and commenting nonstop ever since I made that video the other day. And you know, it doesn't bother me. I don't even feel like her negativity needs to be addressed really, because she is she's frankly she seems unbalanced to me. Yes, he's discriminating the biological parents. The biological parents did not have Ariel in their care. Isaac and Luha Kalua put her to bed. Yeah, yeah, Kanoi. I was so frustrating reading everything. I was so frustrated. So Casey, just ignore her. For whatever reason she thinks that I am you. I've basically told her that I wasn't, but she does not believe me. She believes that you are Sleuth Mom. Why you would make a separate channel with, 300 followers instead of your 4,000 or whatever you have to do this case is mind-blowing to me. Like, she has no sense to her. But basically she is the adoptive uncle. She is his girlfriend. She's been spinning out of control on on Instagram for about a week now. So you just got to kind of ignore her. Yeah, what in the world? Exactly. Why? I mean, and I can even bring you up in the live stream if you want to verify that you are in fact not me tonight. We can do that. um I've been kind of laughing about it all week because I have never really went out of my way to hide my identity. So it kind of blew my mind that she, like, I don't know, doesn't know who I am, I guess. I was a foster for my grandson because of his blood. Oh, she called my Instagram probably 300 times. Like, over and over and over again. So she's a chronic. She is Luha's brother's girlfriend who is living in the home, I thought. Yeah. So she doesn't live in the home with them. She actually lives in Section 8 housing. Um, but the brother is the brother that I showed the video the other day with. Let me just pull up those pictures real quick. She's very upset because I showed these pictures from his social media. This is not secret things, but I showed these pictures and she got very upset. So that's what it's about. She wanted the video taken down. I never came right out and said anything. I just showed the evidence that was sent to me. So, which she's been, like I said, I'll have to send you the link to her. Yeah. No, just to completely ignore her, Casey. Seriously, it's not even worth your energy. That's why, like, I don't even want to address it during tonight because, she's literally peas and carrots. These CWS workers, however, with their comments that they're posting, this is a big deal. So Sean went on to say, all I have done is state legal facts that can be verified with it by a search of any Hawaiian state revised statutes, CWS policies and procedures, as well as Hawaii administrative rules. I said, interesting approach by sending you and Molly to YouTube comments into Facebook. especially since the case has a gag order. He says, nobody has sent me. I am a citizen of this state, providing facts, truths, but nice straw man tactic there. I said, he said, show me where I have actually made any specific to this case. All I have done is shared facts and truths about Hawaii state laws. I said, thank you for finally giving us answers from CWS. When contacted by the media, there has been no comment to see that you and Miley have both spoken on their behalf. It's nice. You know, they finally are talking. Nice of them to share. He thinks he's untouchable. So that's what I'm hearing. Everybody is telling me all these different details about him since I reached out. You know, I have been sending this information to different individuals as I get it, and kind of I'm in a group text message with several people, and it's been kind of enlightening to see the level of corruption that is going on in y'all's state. It is disturbing to me. You know, I have never in my life seen a case with this much corruption. He says, I'm not representing any agency in my comments on this Facebook post. Any attempts to prove otherwise are nothing more than lies and slanderous. I have provided the same information that you could find by simply searching Hawaii revised statutes and looking at policies and procedures of Department of Human Services. Prove me wrong. Again, as I stated previously, I am not representing any state agencies. If you look at my profile here on Facebook, you'll see that I provide no information that states that I am employed by any state agency at this time. Again, all I've done is provide facts that anyone can find on the internet. Prove me wrong. However, we've seen that first comment where he says, well, what were the parents doing that can be considered gaslighting? He then goes on to post different manuals to me. And I say to him, oops, sorry, that's Miley's comment. I say to him, all I'm going to do is provide facts that you are the supervisor at CWS commenting on a Facebook post about CWS in a group under protest and questions about the involvement. Let me find the right rest of that picture. Oh man, I hate it whenever it does that. He then started editing his comments. Once I pointed out that he can't do that, he changed this one about the family to a question mark. And Taryn actually called him out underneath of it and said, gaslighting will not be tolerated. Yeah, very unprofessional of him. Very unprofessional. And, you know, I stayed kind of in the middle of this case. Like I tried not to go, you know, straight to, you know, the family and the parents and the CWS and all that stuff. I really did try to approach this in a light where it was like, oh, you know, like anything could have happened to her. I even showed where all the sex offenders in the area live. I showed the different possibilities of where she could have went, what could have happened, you know, in my earlier videos. It gets to a point though where you're seeing these people, like, why are they commenting in the Facebook groups? Like, why is this even happening? This shouldn't ever be an issue. Like, it really doesn't make you look innocent whenever, you know, you're posting things and changing your post. Here's the edit history. Got that too, buddy. It looks bad. And then here is the video this is the comment that was on Casey's video. Wait, let me get the original one. This isn't. It says, you have a lot of good facts, but you don't have all the facts. Do a video asking those close to her to say something. Someone really close to her, ... Like a sibling. Like perhaps the 12-year-old sibling, Miley, that you put into a rough location right now. Perhaps that sibling, the sibling who is so scared to talk to police that she denied even knowing that there was a camera at the house at first before she finally spoke out. That sibling. You know, what did you threaten that sibling with, or what have you done to make her not want to speak? Because at this point, I'm worried that you might be trying to protect your job instead of these children. Like, why would you even suggest that you re-traumatize a child by questioning her. What, you think a YouTuber is going to be able to call these children and question her? No, they need certified counselors to talk to them about what may or may not have happened in that home. You know, Ariel very well could have, wandered off. We don't know that for a fact 100% that she didn't. We don't know. And I but they certainly aren't making themselves look innocent. But you're the person who's supposed to be protecting her. And here you are on a YouTube video posting comments. Are you kidding me? And then you go on to say, and don't worry, this isn't how we got your information. I knew who you were long before you did this. So whenever I seen it, I was utterly disgusted. Utterly. Because, we didn't call you out. Nobody posted your information. Ghost, me and him have had this stuff for quite a while. Nobody has said anything until you came out. And then even at that, I haven't said anything this week. I've been kind of itching ever since she posted these comments to make a video about it. But I didn't, because I didn't want to focus on the negativity. I don't want to focus on the negativity that Tasha is putting out into the environment right now. I didn't want to focus on the negativity of CWS because, like I said, we've had a lot of amazing things happening this week. The reward being raised finally, the GoFundMe being up finally, the information about the petition being up finally. It's all stuff that as a group, as Ariel's army, that we have been itching for. So I didn't want to focus on this negativity, but Sean commenting today, it just really got to me. I'm to the point now where it's like, are you kidding me? Like, really, you guys went there? Like, you're going to keep going there? Because now I got to address it. I can't just let this keep going on. You people, you are social workers. You are put into this environment to protect these children, to protect these families. You, of all people, should be silent. You shouldn't be saying a word. So then to go on a video and say another thing is to speculate about Child Welfare Services involvement in the case. You claim to have a lot of information. However, you really did not do your homework in Hawaii child laws. Do yourself a favor. Stop generalizing the agency's involvement. Most people don't realize or are not educated enough to realize that the system is complex and that there are a lot of people making very important decisions in the matter. This is a hard job that takes hard work. Remember that. Do your homework on my comments and see who I really am. Why would you put that out there? Why do you want people to look you up? You want people to know that you're the one who placed them in there? You're the baby's social worker that still isn't adopted? You want people to look that up? Are you sick? Why? You want the 5-10 minutes of fame? What are you going to be famous for? Putting these children in the home of somebody with four criminal felonies? It's ridiculous to me. Yeah, she did. She outed herself. She's unhappy and needs attention. It's okay to be all of that. He's protecting our Kiki. What is wrong with this whole thing? Damn. Fact sleuth mom. Yeah, how do they sleep at night? I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand it. How can you sleep at night? How can you go to bed after writing this comment? How can Sean go to bed after writing this comment? Is he implying that the parents deserve to lose their child because of the fact that they were placed in foster care? So what? Foster children are allowed to just die and it's okay. It's all the parents' fault because they didn't take care of them to begin with? Are you kidding me? So every foster child that dies, we should go back to the biological parents and say, well, it's your fault? No. No, I'm sorry, but that's just not the world that we live in. It's not. People get involved in drugs. People make bad decisions. People do horrible things in their lives. What they didn't do was continue to try to keep these children knowing that they couldn't. They allowed them to be taken by CWS. They turned the children over whenever they became homeless. They knew that they couldn't do it anymore, and they wanted them to have a better life and put them into a system that was supposed to protect them. That's what they did. They tried to do what was best for their children. They weren't in communication with the other side of the family. They didn't put their information out there. It didn't cross their mind to say, to the side of the family that they weren't talking to at the time, "Hey, will you take my kids?" No. They went to the social worker who had been working with them and gave the children up. And so now it's their fault that you put them in a home that was dangerous and Ariel's missing? Are you kidding me? Yeah, it's real love when you want better for your babies. You're exactly right. And you know what? They posted a video the other night, yesterday night, I think it was. Sorry, my days are all kind of sliding together because of being sick, like I said. Um, they posted this video and it was heartbreaking. I've kind of kept Melanie and Adam out of the spotlight to protect them more than anything. They have been there every search. They have been there. Well, not Adam because he just got out of a rehab facility, but they have been there. They have been there searching. They have been there posting flyers. They have been at the rallies. They have been there. But we haven't put them in the forefront because we want this to stay about Ariel. We don't want this to become what was their background, what happened to her. We don't want this to become about that. Because what this is not that. Her disappearing has nothing to do with their drug use. Yes, they made mistakes. They put their children into care because they needed the children to go into care. They knew that they could not do right by them, so they did what they thought was the right thing and tried to give them to a system that was supposed to protect them. And here we are. Here we are. Why? And you're going to sit here and try to gaslight the parents? Are you kidding me? You think they're not killing themselves as it is? You know how hard it is to be a drug user and admit that you did something wrong and now your children are missing? I couldn't even imagine. What are they putting themselves through? I can't imagine. Sorry. I got yelled at for being too noisy. Guys are getting me in trouble by my husband. I can't even imagine what the things they are that they're going through emotionally right now. I couldn't even imagine it. And now we got these people trying to gaslight them from the organization that put them into this care. Yeah, CPS needs to be exposed. You guys need to rally there as much as possible. Seriously, because this all needs to blow up. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. And now we have these people who are fighting to get their children into the spotlight on the news, who are having constant protest, constant rallies, are out searching for their own daughter. The locals are out searching for their own daughter. The police ain't even searching. They're looking for her themselves. But we're going to ask what they did? Are you kidding me? What happens if they're the ones who find her? What happens? How devastating will that be for somebody? And they're not going to stop. This isn't going to go away. They're not going to stop. They're not going to stop looking for her because they hold themselves responsible as it is. We don't need people pointing out their flaws and saying that this is their fault. They know. They know that they did drugs. They know that they messed up. They know that their children are now in the care of these monsters. They know, but they're not going to stop looking for her. And what if they're the ones who come across her? What happened to her? Where is she? Those babies, even whenever they were on drugs and using and all that stuff, they look healthy. They look healthy. So what happened to them? From that picture to, to like this picture, what happened to her? Why did she lose so much weight? Sorry, I got so many pictures in here. To this one. What happened? What was happening in this care where she's supposed to be protected? These are their children, and they thought they were doing what was right. They thought that they were doing the right thing. They didn't want to be the parents that, overdosed in front of their kids, or didn't want to be the parents that, wasn't watching their kids and something terrible happened. They knew what they were doing was wrong. They put them into a system that was supposed to protect them. And it didn't. And you know what's sad? This isn't the first case. This isn't the first time this has happened. CWS fails children every single day. Why? Why? Why do these children continuously get put into these situations where they're getting hurt and these things are happening to them? Why? This is the answers that I personally am going to start seeking out to find, because there has to be a change. There has to be something that stops this cycle from happening. I don't know if you guys seen the earlier video that I pulled up the statistics, but whenever you go into foster care, you have a 45% more chance of dying or becoming a victim of sexual abuse in foster care. Why? Why is that number so ungodly high? This is cash for kids. This organization, instead of putting these children with a family member and reaching out to the other island and reaching out to the father side of the family, instead of trying to do that for placement, they put them in the care with these felons and these people who, obviously did not protect her. They weren't doing right by her. Something was going on. She suffered from broken bones. She suffered from whatever. We don't even know. I don't even want to imagine. And now she's gone. And these social workers really have the nerve to comment on social media? Yeah, Tammy, me too. It blows my freaking mind. It blows my mind. Up until I was on CPS News Network that one day, because somebody drugged me into the comments and was like, "Hey, watch this." And I started commenting and he pulled me up on his live stream. I had no idea. I had no idea. And I started researching and researching, and it's disgusting. We see cases like Isabella, Orrin and Orson West is another one. They were adopted just months prior to their disappearance, and it's been 10 months. They're gone without a trace. Where are they? Who's looking for them? Their biological family. That's it. That's it. And these biological families are getting analyzed and scrutinized by the masses because, oh, well, they did this and they did that. No, this child was supposed to be protected and was put into a terrible environment by this agency. And it's happening over and over and over and over and over again. There's a little girl missing in Pennsylvania right now. Her name, let me pull it up for you. But she went missing from foster care. I was gonna start doing a video on her tomorrow, hopefully. Hold on. Sorry, my phone's not loading. Alert to Locate just shared her flyer earlier today, and I shared it from them because this is important. Why are these foster kids being targeted and going missing constantly? Odar Williams. She's a 10-year-old girl who was walking to school with her siblings, supposedly, and went missing from foster care. Where'd she go? Who's looking for her? Like, there's not very much going on Facebook. There's not very much going on in the post. The little girl in South Dakota, what's her name? Beverly. It's disgusting. You add this up with everything else that's coming out in the world right now, and it's too much. And then we have these social workers so casually gaslighting the parents on Facebook, so casually gaslighting the sibling and the parents on YouTube. Like it's nothing. They don't care. You don't even care that you're exposing your own corruption. Like how high up in the system are you, Sean, that you don't even care that people know who you are? Casey, she just went missing yesterday. And like I said, I've been really sick. So this is the most I've sat up all week. This is the most I've talked all week, and it's too much. Somebody just sent me an article. Hold on one second. It says Hawaii is found to be only partially compliant with federal child abuse laws. What? Let me read this. Last month, 4-year investigation into the nation's primary child abuse law, the Child Abuse Prevention and Treatment Act of 1974, was published in a joint effort by Boston Globe. The investigation found that of CAPTA's 27 federally mandated provisions, not a single state is compliant with all of them, including Hawaii. Not one single state is compliant with child abuse prevention. What? Like, ugh. It's so frustrating. I don't understand. Why are we failing our children? Why is the system failing our children? Because he's protected. Serenity Denyard. Yeah. Yeah, so Serenity is another case where, it just, I don't understand it. I don't. Let me pull up. I spelled her name wrong. I'm going to pull up her flyer. Hold on. You go to my sleuth mom thing. Probably be the easiest way. I don't know. We need to change something though. And these workers doing this, this is this other thing that I had pulled up here. This is Miley's background. She has this on the court website. Let me pull this up bigger so you guys can read it. And what this is it's a complaint against Miley for not contacting biological family. They had taken her to court over it. This isn't the first time, but as Sean so casually came out into the comments and pointed out that technically they don't have to. Like, oh, so nice of you to casually bring that up for us. It's just ridiculous. These people already have abuse complaints and violation complaints against them. Yeah, 600,000 children a year disappear every year. Where are they all? So, Beverly, here's the problem. So these children go missing from CPS custody and literally nobody even looks for them. No, it has nothing to do with underfunding. You're exactly right. It's all about how rules are followed and how people just ignore the fact that these things are happening. And we have to bring it to light. If I do anything as a YouTuber and all of my time as a YouTuber after, Isabella and after whatever, if I do anything, it's bring these children to light. Why are there so many children from foster care going missing and nobody cares? Nobody cares. Who's looking for them? It's disturbing. And what did they think? Okay, so before I come on this case, because I did not start following the case until September 22nd. That's whenever I started following. I had been listening to my church radio station, and a pastor from Hawaii was on their radio station. And in his prayer, he mentioned the little girl missing, Isabella Kalua. And so I looked up her name to see who she was. The group had under 40 people in it whenever I started following the case. And there was like a couple news articles in the beginning, but after September 20th, they all stopped. They stopped covering her case. So I decided to start making videos about her, because nobody was. There was no Isabella Kalua videos. There was nothing. There was no psychics. There was no nothing. She had no care, no coverage. If I never came on this case, if this group never blew up the way that it did, if Casey never made videos, if Crime Stories Obsessed never made a video, Molly Golightly never made a video, would Hawaii have let her get swept under a rug? Would she just be another one of y'all's missing children that nobody cared about? Yeah. Yes. And you covered her as well. Exactly. Nobody was looking. But if none of us did that, okay, there was like 4 of us right off the bat towards the beginning that made a video about her, would she have just been swept under a rug? Would nobody have been looking for Isabella except for her poor family, who these people are trying to gaslight? Her poor, poor biological family who can't control what happened 4 years ago. They can't change it, but they've been out there searching. So would they be the only ones still looking for her? Because we know darn sure that the adoptive family isn't speaking out. All they're doing is spiraling out of control on Instagram. Not one flyer being posted, though. I'm hearing now that they, cursed out police whenever they went to their residence the other day and told them to get off their property without a warrant. And it's sad. Like, something has to change. We have to change this. And it's going to sound terrible, but I need you guys to subscribe and share the videos, and subscribe and share the videos, and share the group, and share the petition, and share the GoFundMe, because I'm sorry, but YouTube algorithms don't promote your videos until you get past 1,000 subscribers. It's just the facts. You don't get any support technically until you're past 6,000 subscribers or 10,000. I don't even know the number, but they don't even put your videos into the scroll bar until after you get 1,000 views or after you get 1,000 subscribers. That's just the way it works. And I can continue to sit here and talk to you same 18, 20 people every day about it, but it's not going to make a difference unless we get her story out there. We need her face everywhere. And I know there have been people doing the legwork in the big groups, putting her flyer, dropping her name. I've been in groups, dropping her name, dropping the flyers, dropping the whatever, as much as we can, as much as the big groups permit her post to be shared. It's been going up. But we need people to keep doing it, because the eyes need to get on this Hawaii corruption. It has to. It has to be exposed. This can't keep going on. You guys can't keep your little small island men's club that the good old boys all protect each other and everything's hush hush and whatever, and let this 6-year-old just stay be missing. It ain't happening. I'm not going to stop making videos. I'm not going to stop blowing people's spot up. Sorry, Sean. I'm going to keep putting your name out there, because now I know that you done exposed yourself. Somebody has to look for her. Yeah. Share, share, share. Exactly. You spoke with another creator too. That's excellent. See, I tried to get Molly Golightly. She's been busy with the whole Brian Laundrie thing. She's been there protesting. And you don't have to agree with everything she does, but she has 40,000 followers. So we need her to make a video. I don't care who makes a video. People just need to keep putting her face out there. We need people to follow it. We need people to follow her story and keep putting her face out there and putting it out there and putting it out there again and putting it out there again. And I'm sorry we're covering the same information, but here it is again. Because why? Because we can't let them think that we forgot. The protests might seem silly to just keep standing on the street corner holding a sign, but look, the last 2 or 3 protests has gotten the news out there. We need that. We need the constant, hey, we're still here. Hey, we're going to keep asking. Hey, we're going to be here, because we can't let her be forgotten. We can't let these family members be the people walking through the woods and might stumble upon her someday. Somebody's going to find answers, and we need to help them. We need to help this family. Yeah, Kendall Ray. So I posted on hers. I posted on, oh, I can't even remember. There's been several big people that I have posted on Casey, and I have sent everybody. I sent Duty Ron, the interview room. I've sent Chasing Truth, Gray Hughes. They've all gotten it. I've sent it to everybody that I've ever watched that does crime videos. I've been sending like, hey, can you please cover this? Hey, can you please cover this? And I've been going under different profile names to try to keep name dropping her, so that maybe, people will get the hint that she might be somebody that might bring you views. We need to all just keep hounding these creators to please, like, can you do this? Can you please? Can you please? Because we need to make sure that the good old boys know that we're not going to forget who she is. We're not going to stop doing it. You can threaten to sue me all you want. I've never said anything. All I did was posted the pictures, Tasha. Sorry. So I wish that this could go viral. And it may never go viral, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to stop. I'm going to keep sitting here, and I'm going to keep talking about the same thing and showing her face over and over and over again. The same way that I'm going to with, guess what? Angel Nicole Overstreet. She's still missing too. Khaleesi, she's still missing too. They're still missing. They're still out there somewhere. Somebody knows who they are. Chasing mentioned that they were going to cover it. That's awesome, Casey. See, I've been so busy that that I've been missing a lot of Chasing and Gray's videos. And I love Chasing and Gray. I love So Mean Allegedly. Like, they're amazing, and I watch them all the time. But I've been missing a lot because, number one, I've been sick for the last week, but also because of making my own videos. I've just been so busy. She covered Orson and Orson West, nor Jasmine. Yeah, see, so all these creators, please, guys, just keep bringing her up. Just keep bringing up the fact that she's missing. Hey, and a lot of creators, I know it's hard. It's so hard to jump on a video and try to make a video after somebody's already been missing for a period of time, because you got to like catch up on the details, because you don't want to put out inaccurate information. But she's still missing, and we still need attention to come to this little island, and so that they know that this isn't going away. We need it. She needs attention. This family is trying everything they can to get her face into the light. She didn't deserve what's going on. She doesn't deserve this. Sorry, I have all kinds of other pictures in here too. I don't know. There is an award. Yes, $11,000 has now been raised. 11,000. Yeah, so many people, even on the island, exactly, find her. Even on the island, people do not realize that she is still missing. They don't even realize, because the news doesn't talk about it. And even if the news does talk about it, guess where people get their news from? Not typically the news. They get it from social media. They get it from YouTube. They get it from Instagram. They get it from Twitter. And if it's not a sensation on those sites, they're not going to see it. Yeah, so Trucker's Missing Child Project, we have it posted on there. I keep periodically going back to the groups and posting that she's still missing on the flyers themselves that I've posted, simply because, just to bump it back up to the top. She deserves people to know. So the $11,000 was donated through Crime Stoppers. There is a GoFundMe right now. that is being raised for a private investigator, a lawyer for the family so that they can get help acquiring the other children from this CPS custody that's obviously so corrupt. Um, so there is a GoFundMe out there. Typically, I am not the type of person to push a GoFundMe, but this family needs it. They're not a rich family. It's not going to the parents. They didn't want any ability to access the funds because of their drug history. They did not want people to think that the money was going to go somewhere bad. So the GoFundMe is through the adoptive grandmother, or not the adoptive grandmother, sorry, the biological grandmother on the father's side. Julie and Taryn is also involved in helping get that set up and get the information out there. She is in full support of what Julie is trying to do. They want to get a lawyer. They want to get the remaining children out of the Kalua's custody and get the adoption overturned. And they want to get a private investigator in there to investigate this case because, after the badge was showed, it kind of made people wonder, can they trust HPD? And I know that officer, people have said that he's a good guy. People have said all of these things, and I get that. And I'm not accusing him of anything. But just the fact that it was posted makes some people a little bit weary. Why is this woman who is spiraling out of control posting somebody's badge? Like, it's just crazy to me. So, and even if you guys know a private investigator who would donate his time, that would be something too. I know that letters have been sent out to, Texas EquiSearch and EquiSearch Midwest and, Adventures with a Purpose for search teams. So far, as far as I know, they haven't gotten any response. Another person had us reach out to, let me pull up these messages. I'm sorry, like the medicine, my brain does not work. Let me pull it up. Taryn, if you're still in the chat, that other guy that somebody had us contact, do you know his name? I can't remember. Let me look. I have literally got like 50 people that have been messaging me about this case. Like, I've been full time on Isabella Kalua, and I don't mind. Like, you guys can message me all you want. Any information, any tips about who could help us, what we could do, I appreciate it. And I would rather, if you don't feel confident in contacting the family directly, I understand that, some people don't want to bother the family. So I get it. But I also have a ton of stuff that I have to sort through every time that I'm looking for information because I can never remember who said anything. It's a crime. So It's a Crime, I believe, was also sent something, but please send them stuff again. Like I said, I have went through so many creators, posting on their Facebook pages, posting in their group chats, posting on their lives, like, hey, can you comment? Can you please cover Isabella Kalua? And I know that there are other family members who have been reaching out to people too. If you guys have a personal connection with any of the creators, everybody that we can get in to help with this is better than no one. That foundation, Taryn, that somebody told us to reach out to. Oh, hold on. Anyways, there was another foundation that somebody had told us to reach out to too, and I know that the family reached out to them as well. So there has been people like trying to help get this information out there. It's just, and get people into search and to help with these things. It's just a matter of, it hasn't happened yet. As much as we want it to, it still has not happened. So that's where we're at with it. We're just kind of waning now. We're just kind of here, waning. I'll email her now. That would be amazing, JLK. Please. Like I said, I don't have very many. I have only been doing true crime. Let's see. I started my channel September 11th. She went missing on the 13th I started following her case on the 22nd. I started my channel to cover Angel Nicole Overstreet and Khaleesi, but I seen Isabella and that nobody was doing it, so I decided to. But I'm a nobody in the true crime world. I have no platform. I have no credibility. I have no viewers for the most part. I'm starting to get up there a little bit, but we need help. We need help getting this out there. I am not naive enough to think that I can do it on my own. I can't. And I need help. This family needs help. It's like a plea, like, please reach out to everybody that you guys can think of. The more people that reach out to um to do this, the more that maybe it will get covered. That's what we need. We need people to see the corruption. We need people to see that this hasn't gone anywhere. Yeah, your cousins reached out. That I knew that that they had reached out to someone. I can't recall either. I wish that like I got to sort through my messages because there's been several things now that people have asked me. And like I said, my brain this last week because of all the medication and being sick and stuff like that, like I just can't pull stuff up out of my memory like I normally would be able to. But I don't know. I need help, guys. I need, help getting these cases covered. Let me post a couple links to the people who are currently covering these cases in the chat here because I think it's important that we all work together, She has covered the case, and then Casey, of course, has been in the chat as well. She's done a video on the case, and that is where you can see Miley's comments for yourself if you'd like to see them on your own. I'm going to post her link as well. This is what we got to do as creators, guys. We all have to come together. We got to get these faces out there of these like innocent children. We can't let this go away. We can't let this get swept under the rug. I don't know why police don't drag them in and give them the lie detector test, make them answer questions. Why are they protecting them still? Well, Tammy, so that goes back to the fact that they have a lawyer. They didn't even give a statement for over a week. They gave a recorded statement through their lawyer whenever they did finally speak. The day that she went missing, they said she's missing and let police start searching, and they said nothing else. That's it. They have lawyered up instantly. It's no different than what happened in Brian Laundrie's case, and there are people live right now saying that Fox News is confirming that there's no DNA match for Brian Laundrie. I have no idea if that's true or not. I'm just saying, as I was grabbing these links, I seen that, but we have this situation now where, we've spent millions of dollars on that investigation because police couldn't pull him in because he lawyered up. And this Kalua family is doing the exact same thing, except for while they have nonstop news coverage, nonstop YouTube creator coverage, nonstop information going out, nonstop searches, nonstop everything. This 6-year-old girl has nothing. She has Sleuth Mom, a channel that started out whenever I first covered her case with like 85 viewers, I want to say 85 subscribers, and most of them was my family. That's who she has. And Casey and local, I can't say your name. That's who she has. And we need more people. We need more people to cover this. Please. So email everyone share the videos, subscribe to my channel, and share the videos. And it's not even for my own personal gain. It's for the fact that, the YouTube algorithm does not promote the videos until you get to a certain point. So, but that's all I got for you guys tonight. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Just do what we can, I don't know. I'm just going to say a prayer in closing for this family and for everything that they're going through, because that's what we need to do. We need to end everything with God, because that's who's going to fix this. He can shine a light on where she is and shine a light in the darkness of all this corruption that's going on surrounding this case. Yeah, like all of my videos. That's right, Casey. All right. Thank you, dear Father, for bringing us all together. Dear Lord, please help us to spread her name, spread her face everywhere that we can, and make sure everyone in the world knows who Ariel Sellers, Isabella Kalua is. Let's get her face in front of everyone, Lord, because someone out there knows where she is, knows what happens to her, and knows who she is. Please be with her wherever she is, Lord. Be with her family. Continue to comfort them in the emotional roller coaster that they're in. You know, I know that they're searching every day. I know that they have people out there every weekend. And just please, dear Lord, as things are being found, as things are coming to light, protect them and watch over them. Be with these detectives, Lord. Help them to bring this all to light. And please keep your hand on this case, Lord. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. So that's it, guys. Like I said, like and share, like and share. All right, guys, have a good night.